Hello and happy International Day of Happiness, which is also happening the day before the spring equinox. So I thought I would just give us a short little practice, a practice designed to make us feel happy and healthy on International Day of Happiness, and also to play with a little balance and a little balance of effort and ease in our practice to honor the spring equinox. So thought we'd get started in a legs up. So lots of ways you could take this. If you don't have a wall handy, but you have a block, you might enjoy a legs up on a block. If you don't have a block or a wall, maybe you bring hands just to rest under your sacrum. If you've got a wall, a legs up would be nice. Maybe bringing a hip nice and close to the wall, spinning your legs up, and then settling here for a few moments. So this practice, again, just designed to get you in your body, to hopefully feel a little happy and healthy. If you know me, you know my kitties make me feel happy and healthy, so hopefully they'll be here for part of the practice. But while you're in your legs up, just taking a few deep breaths, settling in, and making that distinction, that separation that makes your practice different from the rest of your day. So coming into this place of presence and enjoying getting to be in one place at one time, focused here in the object of your body. Won't be here too much longer, but legs up, one of those awesome poses where your intention kind of changes what happens. So maybe if you're practicing this in the morning, you're using this legs up as sort of an energizing pose, something to get you ready for the day, to bring a little life into the legs. And if you're practicing this towards the end of your day, maybe leaning more into that restoration and this break for your legs. So what they've been doing all day, now letting your feet be in the air, not switching the blood flow, but assisting the blood flow back up to your heart from your feet. About 3 more breaths. If you're on a block, you can come off the block. We'll start to hug our knees into the chest. If you're at a wall, you might stay there. And then let's go knees to the left. You might stretch your right arm out to the right. You could even reach it up overhead. Just kind of waking up, checking in with low back, hips, maybe even how the shoulders are feeling, and then drawing knees back to center, letting them fall over to the right. You might explore some movement with that left arm and a few breaths. Back to center. If you're at the wall, you'll just kind of roll yourself away. We'll make our way to a seat and just a brief little Baddha Konasana here before we get started. Soles of the feet together, knees wide, and as much space between your hips and heels as feels good today. You'll take a lift through your chest. Inhale, exhale to find any kind of fold. You might let your spine round, let your head drop. You can even find a gentle shake of the head no here, or maybe curl it a little deeper into your chest. Start to open up through the upper back. And remembering this is a practice to make you feel happy and healthy. And so if we get into any poses that don't do it for you, always that option to change it up, to skip it, or to really stay and enjoy poses if you're having a great time. Let's go one more big breath here. Starting to lift the chest, We'll come into a tabletop, a brief heart melting pose to open up our heart for a big happy day. You can stack the hips, walk your hands forward, let your forehead rest down. If heart melting pose doesn't do it for you, maybe you press back into a child's pose. Maybe you'd like to come onto your belly for a crocodile pose, which is also a little bit of a heart opener. And just about 3 or 4 breaths. So we'll move through this practice pretty quickly. Not too many cues for you, so just kind of moving at a pace that feels good as we play, again, with the effort and ease of this practice. One more breath here. And then start to press into your hands. You'll walk yourself back up to your tabletop. A little spinal balance alternate here. So we'll take our left arm, right leg long, inhale, exhale to bring it back. And then let's go right arm, left leg, and back. And we'll do 2 more. Inhaling left arm, right leg, exhaling table, inhaling right arm, left leg, exhaling table, and then walking your hands back towards your knees. We'll meet in a forward fold. A little breath here, maybe you roll the wrist, give your head a little shake. We'll take an inhale, halfway lift, and we'll use our exhale to come all the way up. And here, just a little bit of movement. You might find a little bounce, maybe some rolls through the ankles. This intention of sukshma vyayama, which just means subtle exercising. So a little loosening, you might start to swing the arms, find a little bend in the knees. And then I thought we'd try a variation of breath of joy. So breath of joy, lots of fun. We're gonna inhale, 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 and then it's a big exhale. So it's kind of like you're conducting a happy orchestra. Inhale, 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 big exhale. Let's take a couple more. 2 more. Letting it go, inhaling to reach up, exhaling back to your forward fold. And inhale lifts you halfway up. Exhale, we step our right foot back, right knee to the mat. So a little low lunge here, option to keep arms down, maybe hands to your thigh. Maybe you're ready to reach your arms high, celebrating this day of happiness. Let's go 1 more inhale here. Exhale, left forearm to thigh, right arm up and over. It's a big side stretch. We'll stay for a breath in and out. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling, option to stay in a half splits, or maybe you sit down and come into a single leg seated fold. So Janu Shirshasana, right foot will be into the inner left thigh. You get a lift and a fold. We're taking about 5 breaths. If you're in your half splits, you might play with rolling your ankle, wagging the foot side to side, maybe wiggling the hips. And in both poses, you can decide if you like a rounded spine or maybe a lifted straight spine. So just checking in, about 2 more breaths here. If you're in a half splits, maybe you make it a little modified side plank side stretch. If you're in a Janu Shirshasana, you can walk up, hand behind your right hip for a little baby wild thing. You'll press onto your shin, left arm back, breath in. Exhale to come on down, and then it's not super pretty, but you'll make your way back either to a table or to your lunge, and then we'll meet back in our forward fold. We'll inhale for a half lift and head to the other side, left foot back, left knee down. We've got our low lunge for a few breaths. Again, options to keep it rooted, maybe hands on blocks. Maybe you like to make this really strong, bringing inner thighs together, dragging heel and knee towards each other. Maybe you like to make it a little loose. We'll take our right forearm to right thigh, left arm inhales up, exhales your side bend to the right, and we get to stay for an extra breath. Then we come back to center. Your option to make your way to a half splits of any height, or to kind of rearrange yourself into Janu Shirshasana, single leg forward fold. We'll take left foot into the inner right thigh, inhale chest up, Exhale to take your fold. If you're lucky enough to have a kitty, maybe a little pat for your kitty on the way. A few breaths here, remembering you can add on a wag of the foot, a wiggle of the hips in that half splits. You could meet yourself here with a rounded spine or flat back. 2 more full breaths. Maybe it's a modified side plank towards the back of your mat. Maybe it's a baby wild thing, left hand behind left hip, pressing onto the left shin, reaching right arm up, maybe a roll of the wrist, a big arm circle, one more inhale, exhale, coming on down. And then making our way this time into a tabletop. You'll kind of finesse yourself if you're in that low lunge. And now we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Make it joyful. Make this a celebration of the happiness you feel in your practice, and especially today on International Day of Happiness. 3 or 4 breaths to find anything you like in your down dog, a little pedal, a little wiggle, or stillness if that's what makes you happy. You can catch an inhale. If you love a 3-leg dog, you might lift your left leg high. Exhale, we'll bring left foot to left hand, setting up our warrior one. So back heel spins down. We find our warrior one pose. A few breaths here. Pressing down through back heel, drawing this left hip back, maybe opening the knee to let your right hip slip forward. We'll catch another inhale here. Exhale, we're gonna call this warrior 3 pyramid. You're gonna straighten your front leg, reach your arms forward, bring your chest parallel to the mat, pull that left hip back, press down through right heel. We're here, we're breathing for 4, 3, 2, on 1, we'll come back up with an inhale to warrior 1, and then exhale for a true pyramid fold. Great place for blocks under your hands. And you'll reinitiate that pull of your left hip back as you let your head drop. Pyramid can be done just like half splits or Janu with that lifted spine, if you like that, or maybe a rounded spine. You might even let your chin come towards your chest. So we had a little effort. Here's some of our ease. If you've got blocks, you might bring them with you. We're coming to a grounded airplane, right leg lifting, inhale. Exhaling to draw your knee towards your chest. Maybe it taps your forehead or nose. Inhale, let everything go long. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, long. This time, let's cross right leg behind left. Our twisted fold back to our ease. You can let your head hang. You could rest hands on a block. You might walk your hands over to the left. You've got 2 more breaths right here. Then keeping the legs, give them a squeeze. Inhale, halfway lift. Squeeze them as you lift all the way up. We'll reach for the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, a side stretch to the left. Inhale, lift yourself back up through center. Exhale, forward fold. We'll unwind the legs as we find our halfway lift. And then a high plank pose. From here, we'll inhale, shift ourselves forward. We'll take it all the way down to our belly. And then it's 1 cobra pose. Lift your chest any amount. And forehead touches down, exhale. Inhale, it's a table or a plank. Maybe it's a table, then a plank. Exhale, back to down dog. Let's take 3 breaths. One more breath right here. Option to lift right leg high on this inhale. Exhale, it's right foot towards your right hand. We've got warrior 1 on the right. We come on up. We find a few breaths, establishing those warrior 1 feet. Maybe opening right knee up, letting left hip come forward, and then right knee headed same direction as right toes, pressing down through that left heel. Catch an inhale. Exhale, it's that warrior three pyramid, tilting forward, reinitiating that pull of your right hip back, pressing down through both feet. You're here, you're reaching for 4, 3, 2. On 1, we find an inhale, we come back up. And exhale, we get to that easeful pyramid. Maybe blocks under your hands. You can always adjust your feet, maybe a little closer or wider, whatever you need. Option for that straight spine or to let your head drop. You might bring your blocks with you as you start to crawl forward into your grounded airplane. Left leg lifts, breath in. Exhale, you curl everything in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. Inhale, long, and this time left foot crossing behind right for your twisted fold. Same options to hang at center, to rest on a block. Maybe it's hands over to the right this time. 2 more breaths. We bring it back to center. We catch our half lift with our twisted legs, and we squeeze them to come all the way up on our exhale. Then we reach for the ceiling, breath in. Exhale, side bend right. Inhale, center. Exhale, forward fold. It's a halfway lift as you undo the legs. And then hands to the mat for your high plank pose. Maybe you step back with the opposite foot. We inhale to shift forward. Exhale to take it to our bellies. It's a cobra pose, breath in. And forehead down, breath out. Table or plank lifted up. Downward facing dog. Let's catch 3 breaths. One more breath here. Option to lift that left leg high on this inhale. Exhale, it's left foot between your hands. We've got a warrior 2 this time. We come on up, we find our warrior 2. We settle in for a few breaths and decide how much effort or ease you need. Maybe a little shallower warrior 2. Maybe you deepen it. You're pressing down through your back foot. Arms can stretch, or if arms need a break, hands to heart. We'll catch an inhale. Exhale for a power extended side angle. So that left leg staying long, right arm might reach straight up, right arm could reach over the ear. Twist your chest open. You're here for 3, for 2, and 1. It's a star pose. Inhale, little ease. Exhale, goddess pose. Anything you like here for 4, 3, 2. On 1, it's a star pose. Inhale, and then a wide leg forward fold. Right away, a half lift, breath in, and a lunge towards the front of your space. We'll inhale to a high plank. This one just straight back to down dog. For 1 breath in, and out. Option to lift that right leg high on this breath in. Exhale, right foot between your hands. We're setting up our warrior 2. You come on up. You find your depth of lunge. Press down through that back foot. Expand through your chest, or give the arms a little break. It's effort or ease as you need it. Inhale here. Exhale for that extended side angle with our power arms. Right arm reaching, left arm can be up, maybe over the ear, and then spin your chest open. It's just 3, 2, and 1. You come back to star pose, and then to goddess. Anything with the arms. You're here for 4, 3, 2. On 1, we catch an inhale, star pose, and then toes to the long edge. It's your wide leg forward fold. Right away, your half lift and your lunge to the top. You inhale for a high plank. This one straight back to down dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, option to lift left leg high. Exhale, left foot to left hand. We're back to warrior 1. We come on up. It's a warrior 1. Your option, warrior 3 pyramid or full warrior 3. We're here for 4, 3, 2. On 1, we get a big step back. We find our warrior 1 and a breath in. Exhale, pyramid fold. Let's take a breath in and out. From here, you'll adjust the feet. We'll find our warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale, any extended side angle. Reverse triangle this time, reach it up and back. Exhale, triangle pose. Option for back of the left hand towards the shin, a little more effort. Maybe hand to a block, a little more ease. You're here for 3 breaths. One more breath. From here to a star pose and back to goddess, just the exhale. Inhale, star, and toes to the long edge, wide leg fold. For a half lift, inhale, and a lunge towards the front. This time, inhale, high plank, option for chaturanga, exhale. You'll inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Option for a lift of that right leg on your inhale. Exhale, right foot, right hand, back to warrior 1. We find our inhale, warrior 1, and then your choice, warrior 3 pyramid or full warrior 3. You're pressing, you're pulling for 4, 3, 2, 1. We're back to our warrior 1. It's a breath in. Exhale, pyramid fold. We get a full inhale and exhale. A little adjustment of the feet as you inhale, warrior 2, and exhale, any extended side angle. A reverse triangle, breath in, and any triangle pose, block or no block, you choose for 3 breaths. One more. We get a star pose, inhale, and heels and toes out, exhale. Inhale back to star, and wide leg forward fold. Catch your half lift, inhale, and your lunge to the top. Inhale, high plank, optional chaturanga. Upward facing dog, back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Then your way to the top of the mat, maybe a big step, a hop, or a couple little steps. We meet in a fold, we catch our half lift, and then we just use our exhale to come up. We'll take a tree pose, something that always makes me feel happy and healthy, and in celebration of spring being here, the leaves on the tree starting to come in, let's take weight into our left foot, right foot, ankle, calf, or thigh. Just avoiding foot to knee. You can use your hand to give it up above your knee. You can always bring it down, and then arms anywhere you like. Maybe a cactus, maybe tall branches, maybe you've got a little wind happening in your tree. You could take reverse fist bump, reverse prayer. Anything that feels good here. Just about 5 more breaths. Your right knee will point forward, right foot steps down, little shake, and a thank you for that left leg. We'll head right in, weight in your right foot, left foot, ankle, calf, or thigh. You set your tree, then you set your gaze. You find anything with the arms that feels right today. Setting that gaze not only helps steady the mind, which is the whole practice of yoga, is the stilling of the fluctuations of the mind, but also setting that gaze to help with your balance for 5 more breaths. Left knee points forward and down. We get a little shake, a little wiggle. From here, let's take a malasana. Take your feet nice and wide, toes out, heels in. You might even grab a block on your way down. As we come to a squat, you might rest on your block. You might use your arms to widen your thighs. A little lift of your chest and the tiniest little tuck of your chin for a nice long spine, big open heart. Couple breaths right here. From here, we'll come onto our seat and then onto our backs. Option to bring that block with you for a little extra in your bridge pose. If bridge isn't how you'd like to open your heart today, you could find yourself on your belly for a locust, a floor bow. So really taking maybe a camel from your knees, finding anything that feels right for you today, because remember, it's International Day of Happiness, and we've got the spring equinox, this balance of effort and ease. So what is it that you need today? We'll bring heels in pretty close to the glutes, toes pointed straight at the top of your mat, arms down by your side. When you're ready, it's a lift of your hips. We're here in our bridge pose. You might add a little pulse. You could lift and lower the hips. If you've got a block, maybe you add a little block squeeze. We're here, we're breathing just for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll bring it on down. You can let the block move to the side. You can walk your feet wide, let your knees fall in bridge. You might press your knees together to round your low back into the mat. You could cactus through the arms and add a little windshield wipe with the knees if you like. If you feel like you'd love to stay on your back, you could set up a figure 4 from here, planting left foot, taking right ankle up and over, finding your version of a figure 4. If you love a deer or a pigeon, you might rock your way to a seat. Let's bring our right shin forward, maybe left leg off to the side for your deer pose. Maybe you swing left leg behind you, let that right knee go a bit wider for pigeon. We'll get an inhale to lift our chest, even our hips. Exhale to come on down. Great place to rest. Maybe forehead to a block, maybe a block under your chest, maybe a block under your right hip would feel nice. And then here in this quieter pose, I thought I'd share my favorite sutra that helps me feel happy and healthy. And that is from book 2 of Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. And it's, I believe, Sutra 33 in book 2. And it says, when disturbed by a negative thought, an opposite positive one should be thought of instead. We're here about a half a minute left. Starting to make your way back up. If you took a pigeon option to bring yourself into a down dog and switch, maybe you slide back to a deer pose and just switch that way. If you're on your back, start to switch out the legs. It'll be left ankle over right knee. Let's go left shin forward, maybe right leg to the side. You could find your deer pose, or take that left knee a little wider, right leg behind you for your half pigeon, and you can set it up any way you like. Inhale, we find our lift. Exhale, we take our fold. When disturbed by a negative thought, an opposite positive one should be thought of instead. Just about 2 more breaths. If you're in that figure 4, you get a little extra time. If you're in a pigeon, maybe you find a down dog, maybe you slide your way back to deer. You take what you need. Eventually we'll meet on our seat. And then we'll join figure 4s on their backs. Figure 4s, you can unwind. Feel free to take a full body stretch. And then let's all find just an easy twist here. So knees can come into the chest. Maybe you like to stack your knees over your hips. Maybe you prefer bringing just one knee in. Maybe it's your right knee that you hang on to. And then we'll drop legs to the left. So legs or leg heading to the left. You could reach that right arm long. Maybe you find that same motion from the beginning of practice. Maybe you'd like a little stillness. We're taking about 5 breaths. Knees come back through center. You let them fall over to the right. If you took a single leg, you'll switch that out. It'll be left knee to the chest and then left knee to the right. Anything you like with that left arm. 5 breaths here. Knees come back to center, and however you like to close your practice, any final shapes, any wiggles, any stretches, any crunches. And then we'll start to head towards our final Shavasana, where we let go. You get to let go of thinking about your breath, let go of any effort in your body to hold yourself up or in. Hopefully, letting go of thoughts if they come up, letting go of your practice. This time to absorb what you needed, you'll let go of what you didn't, and you'll rest. Final Shavasana. When disturbed by a negative thought, an opposite positive one should be thought of instead. Start to deepen your breath and wiggle your fingers and toes. If it feels good, maybe drop your head side to side. And if you're ready for it, maybe a full body stretch would feel nice. Option to stay there on your back, or maybe curl knees into your chest, take a roll to one side or the other for fetal pose. And this is my favorite part of practice, a chance for you to appreciate and thank your body for all the ways it's been for you in the past, for however it shows up in the future, and this moment to thank and appreciate this exact version of your body, all it does for you exactly as it is right now. From there, making your way up to your comfortable seat, you might bring hands to heart center and just thank the global community of yoga of which you are a part. Just by practicing, you are connected to people all over the world. Take a moment, thank your own yoga practice, all that it does for you, and let us thank all those people, Patanjali, before, onward, and after, that make our practice possible. Thumb knuckles come up to your third eye, forehead center. And you seal it all in with a bow. Happy International Day of Happiness. Happy Spring Equinox. Thanks for being here.